Dear scholars, through the previous video, we have put an end to learning the lesson The Happy Prince. I hope you all might have understood the story, and I hope you all will be ready to do the activities given in English workshop based on this lesson. So let us see what activities are given in English workshop. Here is the first one. Say whether these sentences are true or false and correct the false ones. So if the sentence is true, the answer will be true only, and if it is false, then the answer will be false, as well as you need to correct the given wrong sentence. Let us see the example. The writer of the story is William Blake. What do you think? William Blake is the correct or not? So it is false, right? So it is the false sentence. So what could be the correct sentence? The writer of the story is Oscar Wilde. Next one. Everyone admired the statue of the Happy Prince. Is it correct? Yes. So the answer is true. The same way, write for all these sentences. Next one. Find from the story the homophones of the following words. What is meant by homophone? Let us see. Words that sound the same but differ in spelling and meanings are called homophones. That is what the pronunciation of two words is same but their spellings and meanings are different. So here you have to find the homophones for the given from the passage or the story. First one, weak, weak. So what is the word given in the story that sounds like the given word? That is weak. What is it? week, weak. So weak and week both have the same sound or pronunciation, that is weak, but their spellings are different and also their meanings are different. Next one, THEIR, there. So it's homophone given in the story, THERE, there. So these are the pairs of homophones as provided an example by me. Do the same for all these words given in this activity. Third, answer the following questions in your own words. First, where was the Happy Prince statue located? So where was it? The answer is given in the first line of the paragraph, that is high above the city, right? Next one, why did the swallow decide to stay under the statue of the Happy Prince at night? What is the reason for it? So it was high up, right? And so there was plenty of fresh air. You will find this answer in the fourth paragraph of the lesson. So the same way, find the answers of all these questions in your own words. Next, the activity is related to language study or grammar. Infinitives, participles, gerunds. Through one of the previous lessons, you came to know about two types of verbs, that is finite and non-finite verbs. So finite means the verbs which change and non-finite means the verbs which do not change. Further, non-finite verbs have three categories, that is infinitives, participles and gerunds. What is infinitive? So infinitive is the 2 plus V1 or modal auxiliary plus V1 form of the verb which doesn't change as per the change made in the subject or the tense. Let us see the example. I have to study. Here, to study is the infinitive given in this sentence. It is 2 plus V1 form, and if you change the tense, what would be the sentence? For example, let us make it past tense. I had to study. So the verb have changed to had, but the verb to study remains same, and it is in 2 plus V1 form. So it is infinitive. Another modal auxiliary plus V1, it is the sentence here. I must study. Here in this sentence, the word must is the modal auxiliary verb, and after it there is a verb study, that is V1. So remember, infinitives means 2 plus V1 or modal auxiliary plus V1 form of the verb. Let us see further participles. So there are two types of participles. The first is present participle. Present participle means V1 plus ing form of the verb. If V1 plus ing form of the verb functions as an adjective in the sentence, that is called as present participle. Let us see the sentence. She dived into the swimming pool. What type of pool or which pool? Swimming pool, right? So the verb swimming is working as an adjective and it is used in V1 plus ing form. So it is the present participle. Next, another one participle is past participle. What is past participle? That is V3 form of the verb. So it may be V1 plus En or V1 plus Ed or any other form. But remember, if V3 form of the verb is used in the sentence and if it functions as an adjective, it is called as participle, that is past participle. Let us see the example of it. The police recovered the stolen jewels. What type of jewels or which jewels? Stolen jewels. Stolen is the third form of the verb still and it is functioning as an adjective in this sentence. So here in this sentence the word or the verb stolen is the participle, that is the past participle. Next, gerunds. What are gerunds? These are also V1 plus ing form of the verb, but they functions as a noun. It means they may be subject or object in the sentences. If V1 plus ing form of the verb is working as a subject or as an object in the sentence, that is considered as gerund. Let us see the example. I love swimming. What is the verb in this sentence? Love. Let us find the object. Is the verb swimming working as an object? I love. What is the answer? Swimming, right? So here in this sentence, the verb swimming is working as a noun and as an object. So it is the gerund. Here is the next example. Reading is a good habit. What is a good habit? Reading. What is the subject in this sentence? Reading, right? So here the verb reading is working as a subject and it is a noun. So it is the gerund. I hope you all are cleared with the concepts of infinitives, participles and gerunds. I will try to provide a separate video based on this concept. Here below is the activity. What you have to do, let us see. Say whether the underlined are infinitives or participles. Participles, present participles or past participles and gerunds. First example, I wish to go, sorry, I wish to go to Egypt. What is underlined? To go. 2 plus V1. What is it? Infinitive, right? Next one. They liked his written stories. The verb written is underlined. It is in V3 form and it is working or functioning as an adjective. So it is the past participle, right? Let us keep third one and see fourth. Suffering is stranger than anything. So here the verb suffering is working as a subject and as a noun. So it is gerund, right? So the same way, write the answers for all these examples. Fifth activity, write the following dialogues from the story in indirect speech. I will provide a separate video how to change the sentence of direct speech into indirect speech. But still, let me give an example. Here is the dialogue or the sentence in direct speech. Who are you? Asked the bird. I am Happy Prince. Then, why are you crying? I am wet with your tears. So, here are the dialogues between the Happy Prince and the swallow, that bird. So if this dialogue we need to convert in indirect speech, how they could be? So we need to change the tense, we need to convert the sentence, whatever type it may have, into assertive sentence. We need to change the words related to time, the words related to places, etc. So let us see what could be the answer for this. As this dialogue starts with question, so how will be the answer? Let me tell. The bird asked the Happy Prince who he was. Then he replied. The bird asked why he was crying if he was the Happy Prince. And additionally he said, or he added, that the bird was wet with his tears. The same way you need to write the answers for all of these. So I will provide a separate video, so till that you can skip this activity. Activity 6, it is to be performed in the classroom. So just read, and as it is not possible now, we will try when the schools reopen. Next, we will try to conduct it or hold it when the school reopens. Next, 7th one. If you could change the end of the story, that is after the swallow refused to fly to Egypt, how would you change it? Summarize your idea in 10 to 12 lines. So we came to know that the story has an unhappy end or sad end, that is the death of swallow. So instead this, how could you change this? That is, the swallow refused to fly to Egypt. He started living with the Happy Prince. He was suffering with the fall of snow, the cold atmosphere, as it was not favorable for him. So the prince told the swallow to take the shelter at one of the warm places in the city, and if the atmosphere is favorable, then only visit him and also do the work of surveying the city, telling about the suffering of the people, and also providing them help on the request of the happy prince. So, in this way, it lasted and the season of winter or the snowfall was over. Till that, both of them, the happy prince and the swallow, became friends. They had they both had compassion for the people in the city and they became helper for all the people, needy people in the city. So, in this way, you can add your own or you can write something different. Next, think one of your favorite stories. Fill in the following facts about the story. So, let me give an example considering the story The Happy Prince. Name of the story The Happy Prince. Type of story fable. Setting, and that is setting means time and place. That is what, when and where the story took place. So time, that is the winter or snowfall, and place, it is one of the nameless place or nameless city in Europe. Next, important characters. The Happy Prince or the statue of Happy Prince, the swallow. The These are two important, and some are more. What are those? That woman, poor woman, her ill child. Next, that girl, then the young writer, etc. Next, theme or plot. What is the theme or what is this story based on? So it is judging based on outward appearances, sacrifice, and compassion. Next, conflict or dilemma. What was the problem? What was the issue in discussed in the story? So what is it? The prince, actually, which was the statue of the happy prince, is unhappy to see suffering of the people in the city, and he was unhappy for that he can't help them too. It is the conflict or dilemma. Next, solution. What was the solution for this? The swallow, the bird, which came as a solution, that is, on the request of the statue of the happy prince, he carries jewels and gold to the needy people and make their life happy, as well as to see them happy. He makes the prince or the statue of the happy prince happy. End. What is the end of the story? So story has tragic or sad end. That is, the swallow dies and the statue of the happy prince is taken down by the officers. So the same way, you think of your favorite story and write facts considering all these given points. So this is all about all the activities given in English workshop based on the lesson The Happy Prince. I hope you all will understand the given explanation, and accordingly you all will do all the activities easily.